haven't actually seen our corpse cassette yet, so I'm excited to get down there.
We definitely feel safer in here. You know, I mean, it's a nice closed box away from like the crazy costumes with the foam swords and all that.
I'm into the crazy costume people. I am a crazy costume person.
In order for you to go, you have to wear costumes so you can hide who you are.
Oh.
There's celebrities all over the floor.
I think we can fend off 13-year-old girls.
Well, a little while ago, they re-released all of the Lord of the Rings films in Blu-ray in theaters in New York, and my husband and I, we're big Lord of the Rings fans, and so we went, and we were always like 2 hours early, and there was this one woman who was always there before us, who always got the best seat. But see, I wanted to go as like an elf. I wanted to go in elf or ant costume. But he nixed it, so I would do that.
So now we're here on the other side.
So now we're here
in normal clothing.
Somebody actually asked me who I was cosplaying, and I was like, "Why? I'm like that 80s? Like, what's wrong? No one."
It's fashion forward. I would assume so. I mean, if someone died for me, I'd feel like I'd take a little backseat to them for the rest of my life. So that's something for you to play in case I live. We'll see. I think you know, anyone that's faced with a life or that situation, whether you're in it or experiencing it from the outside, I think that has a great effect on your life, and I think that's going to take a toll on the lab. And as far as the questions that have come up, and now that one of their friends and coworkers have kind of put himself on the line, you know, for them, I think people are going to start getting a little more serious about what the bigger purpose of the Stitchers program is, because we almost lost one of our own in a way, you know? So
yeah, I think it definitely changes each character deeply. You'll see very different characters come back in season 2, which is pretty exciting. So yeah, it's a huge deal. Definitely, we're keeping it with the high stakes. You know, I think last season we started. You had to get to know us and get to know the show and get to know what we were doing.
Yeah, you're teaching your audience.
Yeah.
You know? Now that we're here,
we ended on like a really, really intense episode. We're going to keep it at that same level. It's going to be high stakes all the way through.
Yeah. We're doing a more ambitious show on the same budget.
Yeah.
So bigger, more action, same amount of money. You're like, okay.
But you're really going to see like the characters drawn out and relationships develop, and I think it's a very character-driven show, and I think that's what a lot of the fans were drawn to, was not just the procedural stuff, which is fun and which drives the action forward, but the relationships between each of the characters. So you're going to get to delve into who everybody is a little bit more.
A lot of the lab people that you've seen before are now coming back, and how they're dealing with their life outside of the lab and their life inside the lab, and what the lab is doing to them, because I think that is now itself a character this season.
And of course, I think we're going to get into more about the backstory, like how the Stitchers program was built, Kirsten's parents, all of that type of stuff. I think we're going to find more and more out about.
That's what I looked
That
at.
was something that I really wanted to do, and it was definitely something that was not people were nervous about, you know, because it's hard to empathize with a character that doesn't have emotions. And there were definitely people who felt like she was super unlikable. And to me, it was worth it to play her like that with integrity. To me, that's like, you have a character who literally can't feel emotions. I can't give her emotions just because it might make her more likable.
You're only doing what's on the page.
Yeah, to me, to be an actor with integrity, I have to play her how she is, and she did have this like emotional journey through the season where she started to learn more about emotions, and I felt like that to start her with no emotions would be a much bigger payoff when she started to feel them, and people would want to follow her journey. So I guess back to your question, the audition process, I auditioned here. They had a casting director in LA, obviously, and then they had a casting director in New York. We both auditioned here, and they sent out tapes to LA. And then they asked, I went out for, what do you call it?
Screen test.
Screen test.
It's her first time at the rodeo.
It was my first screen test.
You can count the auditions on one hand.
It was definitely my first screen test. I went out for a screen test, and there were 5 other people there, 2 other people up for the part of Kirsten, and 3 people up for the part of Cameron, none of whom got it because Kyle did, and Kyle was not there. And we never did a chemistry read or anything like that.
Mine was all off a tape.
Yeah.
So.
And then I found out that night, so it was kind of a crazy whirlwind. Like I was sitting at the airport waiting to fly back to New York when I found out.